or start a Twitter to start to get information out there. If you're an owner of a company, if you're up at the very top and you just want to share the information about your company, start up Twitter, start up a blog and talk about what your business is, how your business works, you know, what exciting things you have coming up. Underneath that's your marketing department. I need channels to place our content and therefore build traffic. We need to sell stuff, we need to market it, we need to get people to understand it. The solution, start to try to get your stories on Dig, on Reddit, on Newsvine, StumbleUpon. Start to create videos and content and put them on YouTube. Start to generate, you know, interest in what you're doing and drive that traffic into your site. Same goes for almost the same goes for the PR department. For public relations, I want to know and respond to what the public is saying about our products and about our services. So what do? Follow Technorati. Find out what people are saying about you on Technorati. Go check that, you know, if you sell products on Amazon or if you like Fisher Price, you have products all over the marketplace. Go check your Amazon reviews. Go see how people are ranking your product compared to your closest competitors. And that's, you know, that's not only for big corporations. I mean, the same, you know, that's geared in a different way like with Amazon, but you can go online and you can use Elp and you can use ePinions and you can use all these different tools and services to find out what people are saying about your products and your services. A lot of them are specific. You know, if you're in the bar industry, Beer Advocate, right? Beer Advocate is like the go-to guide to find out if a bar is good or not. So you have to find the different little niche departments there, the niche websites, and figure out, you know, what's going on. Sales and HR. I want networking tools to create new business and locate new employees. You know, Monster's great. The Ladders is great. All these, you know, all these websites where you post resumes are cool. It's going to get you more spam than anything else, unless you've got an outstanding resume. Use social networking to find your jobs. LinkedIn, man. LinkedIn and Facebook, between those two, if you can't find a job on LinkedIn or Facebook, you're not employable. Like, flat out. I mean, like I said, you put your stuff on Monster, and you're going to get spam. Headhunters are going to call you. In the tech industry, headhunters call everybody that's on there. Hey, we've got this job installing keyboards at Pier 1. Do you want it? And you're like, I'm looking for a full-time gig. You know, I don't want to sit here and do this. So Monster doesn't really work out too well for that. And timing is the essence. Speaking of time, we've got 4 minutes. Right? No, was it 11:10 or 11:20?
11:20.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Okay. Timing is the essence. When should you post your updates? So if a tree falls down on Facebook and no one's around to hear it, it really makes absolutely no sense. Because if you're posting your updates, if you're posting, hey, I hate to keep picking on you, but I just keep using it out there.
I do it all the time.
Hey, Alejandro's got this band that's going to be here tonight. And if you post that at 10:15 at night when the band is going to be there starting at 10:30, is that really a good use of, you know what I mean? If you have a special for, like say you own a food store and you have a special coming up on different foods or different items, and you post that at 6 o'clock in the morning, is that a good time to do it? Maybe. You know, if you post it at noon at lunchtime, not really a good time. People are trying to get from work to lunch and then back, so they'll see it but they won't pay attention to it. So the timing that's involved in when you post your Facebook updates and when you post your Twitter statuses and your Twitter updates is absolutely imperative to making sure that your marketing goes across well. And so what the graph is on the bottom is, it says when are you most likely to check your personal Facebook news feed, and this is a breakdown on weekdays and Saturdays and Sundays about when this group said that they chase it, or that they check it. So during the weekdays, between 6 p.m. and 12 p.m. is when people check their Facebook the most, right? And that makes sense. You get home from work, you get home from school, those are times that you check it. On Saturday, if you look at the second row down, you know, row B right there, on Saturday, the majority of the people are checking between 9 a.m. and noon. So if you want to get the word out about an event that you're doing on Saturday night, post it between 9 a.m. and noon. Make sure that your status is updated at that time so people can see what's going on that night. And then down here on Sundays, again, 9 a.m. to noon, but also right before they go to bed on Sunday to kind of see what's going on, you know, that Monday morning. What this doesn't take into account is the 9-to-5ers, and there's two schools of thought on there. One is that from 9 to 5, people are on Facebook all day, absolutely all day. That the workforce is absolutely on Facebook all day. There's always a window open on their desktop, and they're constantly being bombarded with what's happening. That's not necessarily a good thing, because there's so much information coming through at that time that you need to do something absolutely special in order to stand out. With everybody's Facebooks, you know, with everybody's status, something constantly rotating throughout the day, you need to do something that's going to capture attention. But the 9 to 5ers, I mean, if you're posting statuses all day during the week, then that's, you know, that's the best way to do it, is just to sit there. Don't overdo it. I mean, don't change your status every 10 minutes saying, hey, we've got a party tonight, hey, we've got a party tonight, hey, don't kill people, but make it enough so that people understand, you know, that, hey, yeah, there's something going on. Twitter, reading and sending tweets during the weekday. So this is, the top is 0 to 4 a.m. and it goes down. You can see that the reading and sending tweets, the reading is the blue and the sending is the red. 9 to 10 a.m. is a huge time for reading, right? For sending out, it's about the same. Get down to 12 to 1, there's another peak hour, and then from 4 to 5, morning, noon, and it just goes in right before you get to work, or right when you first get to work. You know, everybody gets to work and they've got that 30 minutes of, I've got to go get my coffee, I've got to go with my coworkers, I've got to go on Facebook, I've got to send out tweets, everybody at work, you know, and then lunchtime, this is where I'm going to lunch. You know, who's going to meet me here at lunch? And then, hey, I'm out of work, let's go grab a beer. So it's the same, just, you know, human interaction, right? It hasn't really changed that much. People still do the same thing. People still congregate and talk to people at the same time. This is too big of a slide to get into, but this is a really cool slide that talks about what your strategy should be when using Twitter, whether it's through customer relations, crisis management, issue advocacy, so on and so forth, and this gives you a really good roadmap on what to follow. Now you know about getting the word out, what about getting traffic to you? This is, these next 2 slides that I'll wrap up in about a minute. Where's the traffic coming from? This is, what they did is they surveyed, this is from a magazine called Fast Company, which is a fabulous magazine if you're a small business owner or you're starting a business. Fast Company has some of the best information out there. But what they did is they surveyed about 5,000 of their readers, and they said, on your website, where is your traffic coming from? You know, send us the statistics about where that traffic, you know, what the source is of it. 55% of the traffic to these websites came from email. Sending out email saying, hey, check out our website, or we have a special. So email still, it's still kind of, you know, the pimp daddy right there. Holding 55% of the market. People just click on email to come through. 24% from social media, 18% from IM, you know, 0.1% from blogs on an actual, you know, click, you know, on a link in there saying, hey, go check out this website. But let's look at the click-throughs for internet advertisement. On internet advertisement, when you just section that off, 60% of the traffic comes from an internet ad. So if you take just the advertisement portion of it, you say, okay, I have banner ads on all these different sites or in my email. Where's my traffic coming from? 60% is coming from social media. That means people are clicking on links on your advertisements on Facebook, for example, to get to your website. 31% comes from internet advertisement through email, 8% through blogs, 1% through IM. You know, people saying, hey, check this out. Now here, where are the shared links coming from? The first choice in user social networking is Facebook. Internet advertisement sends traffic from Facebook to the majority of the websites. That's what this slide says. Seconded by MySpace at 14, Twitter at 5%. Twitter occupies the 3rd position. They only hold 5% of the market when, you know, throughout this survey, right? But look at these stupid numbers over here. You've got a click-through rate of 287% on Facebook, but a click-through rate of 1,904% on Twitter. People are, you know, 5 times more likely to click on a link in Twitter than they are on Facebook. Because that's what people use Twitter for. They go, oh, there's a link, click, there's a link, click. So, alright, you guys just told me to stop. I've only got like a couple more slides, like 4. Going mobile, smartphone sales to beat sales, PC sales by 2011. This just came out last week. There's going to be more phones, more smart devices sold than PCs for the first time in the industry. So more people are going to be using smartphones. So what does that tell you? That tells you whenever you're doing something, make sure it's accessible by a smartphone. You know, you're going to put Adobe Flash on all your, you know, your entire website so people that iPhones and iPads can't see your website. It doesn't really make too much sense. You're going to go out there and you're going to design a site that looks awesome on a big screen monitor in full resolution. It doesn't make sense. Everybody's going to be looking at it on their phone. You know, they don't care about all this intricate stuff. They just want information. So as this is happening, keep that in mind when you're building your stuff for your business. And it's a phone too, right? This is an interesting quote. We're all used to chat, texting, and Twitter to contact each other. Phone is becoming a euphemism for the device we carry. It's not really a phone. People don't really use it as a phone anymore. But they're buying these digital devices. You you know? Look at the numbers from on the right-hand side, look at the, you know, iPhone. iPhone went from, at the beginning, the second quarter of 2007 when it was introduced, it shipped what, you know, 500,000 products that first, or that third quarter actually. The first quarter of 2010, they shipped over 8 million iPhones in one quarter, 8 million devices. It's ridiculous. So, this last slide before I shut up, the future of social networks, and the reason I want to put this on here is because I was just doing a speaking gig up in Dallas, and I was with the CEO of Dish Network, this guy named Charlie Irving, super cool cat, and the conversation started about where social networks are going, what's the next big iteration of social networking. We've already done the texting, we've already done the geolocation. What's weird to me is that I've heard 3 different industry people who are big industry people, not like just little, like big guys, like the guys from Engadget, the guys from, you know, Gizmodo, the guys from, you know, all these different places. And they're saying, wouldn't it be weird if the next iteration of social networking is an attached camera? I've heard the attached camera line 3 times. So now instead of updating people on your Facebook or sending pictures, how weird would it be if you just had a little camera that snaps onto your, you know, to your lapel, or on your hat, or on your glasses? And now listen, the social network isn't just about what you're doing and when you're doing it. It's, hey, let me go see what Kim's up to. You punch up her website and you're watching her walk around, teach class and stuff like that. It sounds stupid, right? But so does telling people when you went to the bathroom, and so does telling people what you ate for dinner, and so does all these other things that now on a daily basis we're all so eager to get on Facebook. Oh, that's what I'm doing. It sounds pretty weird, but 5 years from now, I mean, where's it going to be? We already can talk to people, we can already text people, we can already find out what's going on. I mean, what's the last barrier to break? Being able to watch people, right? According to these 3 people I talked to. So attached video devices. Distributed networking, DS4 is a distributed network service that mimics kind of what Facebook is, but instead of having all your information sent to this big central server, which is Facebook online, you have your own server at your own home that you control. You control what content you put on there, what photos, what videos, what your status update is, so that no one else has control of your information, that you keep it all at your home on your computer. DS4 just got funded for like $30 million first round. And so that's the next, people are looking at DS4 going, okay, this is, you know, let's see where this thing goes. Event detection, recorded future, I'm sorry I don't have time to get into that, but that's what's happening right now. I touched a little bit on it earlier where you combine all the different analytical data about everybody, your email, where you're going, who you're with, what you're doing, how you're doing it, what time you're doing it, what type of mood you're in, where you're going to be, and you smash all that together. Have you guys seen Minority Report? Okay, it talks about pre-thought, right? And it talks about how the government, and this is some Big Brother weird stuff, but it talks about how the government takes your entire life and analyzes it and says, okay, this is what you did when you were a kid, this is what your behavior is, this is how you act, this is what you're known to do, this is what you do when you're in a bad mood. And it takes all that information and smashes it together so that it can predict when a criminal is going to make his next move, when a terrorist is going to blow up another airplane, just by following the patterns of their life. Okay, recorded future. I'll leave you guys with on this note because it's really interesting. Google it, it's pretty cool. Recorded future is a project that's funded by the CIA and Google. So imagine the amount of information they have at their fingertips. So what they do is they take your entire social life that you've put online, what you do and who you're with and so on and so forth, and they take all information and they smash it together to find out where you're going to be next or what you're going to do next. So when they advertise to you, they're not advertising, hey, check out this nice dinner. They're advertising saying, hey, we know you just broke up with your girlfriend. We know that you're not feeling too well. We know that you really like Maker's Mark whiskey. So we've got a special on it at this steakhouse. We're going to give it to you as a promotion if you check in on Foursquare and use this Groupon. We'll go ahead and give you a free dinner tonight. And you look at that and you go, oh, that's really nice. I'm not feeling too well. And then you go and you use all the different social media deals and they keep tracking you. That's stuff that's happening now. That's stuff that Recorded Future's working on right now. Recorded Future was just implemented in Washington, D.C. to track criminal behavior. The stuff that's